fellow Africans, Sierra Leoneans, kind of people of the world, citizens of the world. Good evening again to another episode of the Victor's Business and Motivation Hour. If I'm una good evening, una kushe, una do. Una thank you again for come and join the show. Those of who want to just join, please share this video to our friends and family. What we're about to discuss tonight might be very useful for your friends and families. So please, if you're online right now, I want you to share this video to all your friends and family before we even start. Words are very powerful. I might say one or two words, or somebody might call in and just kind of give his or her views that might change your life or change someone else's life, especially when we are coming towards the end of the year. This program will be in Creole and English at the same time, so I'll be code mixing. So definitely for those who are not Creole speakers, will be able to, because I will try to explain it in English as well. But if you want to call in English or Creole, please do so by all means. The numbers are on the screen, so please go ahead. So please, my friends, families, guests, people who have been following me, share this link right now. Please share before we start. Thank you very much. I'm actually going to share it on my page now because we need to set example. I can just be telling you to share it without me sharing it. So if you're on Facebook, please, you can share it. You can also watch the program on YouTube. It's very, very important that you do. All right. Thank you very much. Again, like I said, this is another segment of the Victor's Business and Motivation Hour. The presenter, my name is Alfred Better. I'm the presenter here. The program is brought to you by the Victors and is powered by Voice of SALONE Television, your premier television. So thank you again for joining us. Before I start tonight, I want to really first of all, thank everyone for those who have been with me from the beginning. I want to say thank you very much for the dedicated followers. I can see some certain pattern here. And I want to say thank you. And those who are joining tonight, also thank you very much. Without you, this program will never be the same. I want to thank my mom, who is my number one follower. She's always online, following me and sharing my page. She's my number one fan. So, Mom, I know you're on tonight. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you. May God continue to bless you. And God continue to keep me. So, Mr. will bless you. Bless me. Thank you. God bless you. And God bless everyone and share this video. So, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I want to say thank you for the advice, for sharing, and for the comments. So, this program, again, for those who are perhaps joining only today, the business show and the motivation aspect of it is here to teach you about business. So every week we kind of bring different topics, and those topics are actually discussed in detail. And sometimes we have experts that come in to discuss these topics. Sometimes we have people calling also to contribute. So we are here to really guide you. If you have never started a business, you want to start one, and you're struggling, this is your show. It's a show where you can come in and ask questions if you want to, or perhaps if we are discussing a topic, you want to contribute, come in and contribute. So I'll start off today by just recapping what we did last week. So last week we discussed the 7 habits of highly effective people. So that's exactly what we discussed last week. One of the things we said was that your habit is a foundation of what you do. You are what you do, basically. So whatever habits you have, that determines your future. So this is exactly what we are trying to do. So for you to change, you need to change your habits. So what I did last week was to share with you some 7 key habits that you can adapt or learn so that you can become a better person. And these habits were taken from the book itself that was written by Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Habit number 1 is to be proactive. And what does it mean to be proactive? It actually means to take control, take responsibility, to act even before things happen, to plan ahead. That is exactly what proactive people do. Now, proactive people do not blame their governments, they do not blame their neighbors, they do not blame anyone else, they only blame themselves. They focus on what they can control. Because most of the times we are faced with problems, and we cannot start blaming the weather, blaming every other things. But those things you're blaming will not really solve the problem. So you focus on what you can control and manage the situation. So be proactive is a habit that will make you successful. Number two habit that we talked about was begin with the end in mind. In other words, you need to plan, you need to have a vision. Now, you cannot live this life without knowing exactly what you want to become, or you cannot live this life without knowing exactly what's your dream. Everyone has to have a dream, and a dream is what you want to be. And remember this, you can be anything you want to be. The only limitation is you. So please, please, please remember, it doesn't matter what people tell you. It doesn't really matter. Their opinion is just an opinion. It doesn't really matter. What matters is what you tell yourself and what you do. So, but before you start on any project or adventure, you have to ensure that you actually begin with the end in mind. Say, for instance, when you want to build a house, the first thing you do is to draw a plan, right? And that's at the architect will actually come and develop a plan, and that plan is what the builders will use to build the house. So even before the house is built, you've already built it on paper, and that's exactly what you proactive people do, or people who are successful. Before they start anything, the plan is on the paper. The next one was put first thing first. In other words, make sure you prioritize things that are meant to be first. Put it first. Now you only have 24 hours in the day. That's a fixed period. Like I normally say, 24 hours is fixed. You cannot increase it or decrease it. However, what you can increase or decrease is the value you bring in the 24-hour. So therefore, I want to encourage you to, one of the ways you can do is to make sure you prioritize the things that are very important to you and that can change your life are the things that you should be doing. Don't be engaged in on the social media. Social media is a very good place if you're there to learn and there to sometimes have fun. But if you're just there to waste time or perhaps watch unnecessary things or post unnecessary things, it's not going to help you. Sometimes we live this life as if we have 100 years more to live. Now, we don't really have 100 years more to live. Every minute counts. I was reading the book one of these days, and the author opens my eyes to a very important information. Now, he asked a question. The question was, what do you cherish? What do you actually cherish the most in your life? And some of the audience were talking about, some people in the audience were talking about money, some say happiness. But he was of the view that the most important thing that you have to appreciate or cherish is life. Now, he gave a little scenario. Now, he said, when you wake up in the morning, he said, every morning, like tomorrow morning, over 1 million people will not see tomorrow morning. I will repeat this. Statistics have shown that tomorrow morning, over 1 million people will not see tomorrow morning. In other words, they will die. I pray it's not you, it's not me, but we cannot control that. Now, so he said, when you wake up in the morning, he said the first thing you do, you have to be thankful because you've woken up in the morning. Why? Because over 1 million people have not woken up. They've died in their sleep. Now, he said again, out of that 1 million people, for every 1 million people, 20 million people cry because those 1 million people are related to other people. So the first thing you wake up in the morning, you thank God for your life, the fact that you've woken up that very morning, and you give yourself a big smile no matter what happens. He said the next thing you do is to check on your family members to see if they are actually awake or they are actually alive. Is that because the thing is, again, it's either you or your family members. So if they are all alive, again, thank God and give a big smile. So we take life for granted. We don't have 100 years to live. That's why the 24 hours that you have now, the moment you and I have now, we have to ensure that every minute counts. We don't have to pass through this earth unnoticed. You don't want to pass away because at some point, all of us are going to pass away. But you don't want to pass away without leaving a mark. That's why you have to use your social media accounts. Use whatever tools you have to touch lives positively. I know we are not a perfect human beings. We're not perfect. But whatever things that you can do to touch lives, you have to do. Each one, change one. So put first thing first. That means maximizing your time. The next thing we talked about was to think win-win. To think win-win means basically, in every situation, don't compete. Don't have what's called a scarcity mentality. There's huge abundance in the world. A lot of people who have scarcity mentality always fight. They're always looking for a win-lose situation. In other words, I win, you lose. Even in an argument, they always want to take the glory. They always want to win. No, that's not the situation you want. In every situation, in negotiation, you always want to maintain a win-win. In other words, the other party should go with some what I call compromise. We need to compromise because you cannot have it all. Actually, you can have it all, but not all at the same time. So think win-win, not win-lose or lose-win or lose-lose, because those situations are not good. If I win and the other party loses, that's not really good. If the other party loses and I win, it's not good. Or if we both lose, it's not a good situation. So the best situation is we have to come to a compromise. And that's the key to any successful relationship or habits. Now, again, the next one was seek first to understand, then to be understood. Now, this is very important. This is talking about listening. You have to always listen very well when somebody is actually explaining something to you. But the habits some of us have, someone comes with a problem, even before the person starts explaining, you've already have the solution in your head. You don't give time for the person to listen. Or sometimes you listen, but you listen with the intention to reply. That you miss the most important bit of what the person is saying. So what this book is saying, or what this habit is all about, is seek first to understand. Try to understand by listening attentively. Pay close attention to what the person is saying. Then, after you would have understood what he or she has said, then you can now try to speak out, making reference to what the person has said. So seek first to understand, then to be understood. It's a very good skill if you develop it. The next one was to synergize, and this is very good for those especially coming from Africa. To synergize means work in teams. We don't like working in teams. Now, if you happen to be in America or Europe, any part of Europe, you find out that the Asians are more united in their strive to actually ensure that they progress. We are divided among ourselves. We want to work independently, but that's not really going to happen in real life. You cannot make it alone. There's no way that those who have built worlds over time, you just have to go and read their stories. They did not do it alone. Now, every successful person was raised by a community of people. So that's why when sometimes some people say, I'm self-made, I disagree with them, because you're not self-made. You would have been helped one way or other by someone, by your parents, by your brothers, by your sisters. And so you have to work in teams, and what I call a mastermind group. Find people who you share similar characteristics together. Don't hang out with people who always bring you down. Hang out with people who support your dream. Eliminate toxic people in your life. I'll talk more about that later in this program. The next one was to sharpen the saw. That's the last habit. Sharpening the saw is a continuous process. What I call, the Japanese call kaizen. Kaizen means continuous improvement. In other words, you have to look at every aspect of your life. One, look at your health. You need to start training, jogging, exercising, because this is very good for your health. The more active you become, the more productive you'll be. There's a lot of research has actually gone around your health, and there's a correlation between your health and your productivity. So if you want to be healthy, you need to exercise, eat well, don't just put junks in your body, because you can control what goes into your body. And that's something you have to sharpen every day. So look at what you eat, the exercises you do, the jogs, and so on. The next thing you have to develop is your spiritual mindset. We are spiritual beings. You need to meditate, find time in the morning, pray, in whatever religion you are. But it's always good to consult your maker. The spiritual making is very good. So that's another aspect. Another thing you need to really sharpen is your mindset. Now, in as much as you feed your body when you're hungry, you need to read things. You need to feed your mind. Otherwise, if you don't feed your mind, other people will feed your mind with garbages. So that's exactly why we see on Facebook, we see a lot of garbages there. And if you're not really careful, you end up learning these things subconsciously without knowing them. And what you take in is what you give out. So it's like garbage in, garbage out. So that's why I always say to people, stand guard at the door of your mind, because you are the security of your mind. You need to exactly filter what goes into your mind, what you read, what you view. Even at home, your kids should not be watching every programs. Monitor their computers, monitor their laptops, their tablets, because statistics also shows that we are normally programmed between 0 years to 7 years. That's when our children are programmed. So within those years, they are picking things fast, and our habits, our subconscious, are normally developed between the 0 years and 7 years. That's why when you might see a stupid rich kid getting rich, even when he's stupid. Why? Because he grew up in an environment where everything was possible for them. So he might, when he tries to engage his consciousness, he might look very stupid. But because his subconscious have built over time, and the parents or the environment in which he grew up in has built that over time, it makes it very much easier for us to go. So those are the 7 habits that we talked about last week. This is just for the benefit of people who are just joining us today. But today's topic is going to be on something that will actually help a lot of people that are watching this program and those that will watch after, because I realize that a lot of people actually watch after every time. So thank you very much for those sharing again. I really appreciate it. I don't know how it happens, but thank you again. So we're going to talk about how to get the best of 2019. Today is the 15th of December, and in a few days' time we'll be celebrating Christmas. And a lot of people, by the end of the year, will set up what they call New Year resolution. But again, I like referring to statistics because I like speaking facts. Now, you can read about it. It says most people break their New Year resolution within the first and second week of January. Why is that? There are a lot of reasons, and we share that tonight. So how do you get the best of 2019? 2018 is already a history. We just have a few more days to go. Now we need to remember the habits number 2, that you have to begin with the end of the mind. So thank you very much. We have a caller online. Caller, good evening. What's your name, please? Hello, caller.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, how are you, sir?
I'm fine. What's your name, sir?
My name is Ishmael. No, I'm so sorry to call you now. I'm not calling with regard to the program. I'm just calling. I'm seeing in England. I'm seeing forum saying that Kutubu is dead. Is that true?
No, Kutubu show will be after the show, about 7:30. So call back at around 7:30. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. So the caller was calling with regards to the next program. So so how do we get the best of 2019? We are already in 2018, and a few days from now we'll go. So I'm going to share with you some secrets, which I have used over the years, and that's what I'm sharing. So if it's useful, you can use it. If not, just put it in the bin, or you can call in to give your own contribution. Number 1 habit is to do a holistic review of 2018. What do I mean by that? In other words, you need to reflect on the year. At this point, at this stage of the year, you need to look back from January onto this point and see exactly, for instance, look at what works and why. What actually works during from January up to now? What went on well and why did that happen? Write it down as you do that. Again, look at what did not work and why, because not everything will go on smoothly. Some things will work and some things won't work. So what did not work and why? And what can you learn from them? Because the thing is, we are always learning. Learning is a continuous process. It doesn't stop at the time you finish your degree or your diploma or whatever you're doing. Learning, as long as you live, you have to continuously learn. And you learn by your mistakes. In fact, mistakes or learning by experience, as we call it, is one of the best ways to learn. So throughout the year 2018, look at your life. What areas did actually went on well? Where did you actually come out strong at? And again, what areas went on badly for you? Write them down. The key is to write them down, because whatever you write on the paper, you give life to it. And there's a quote here that says, happiness is not about getting what you want all the time. It's about loving what you have and be grateful for it. That's another thing. You got to be grateful for your life. Like I said earlier, you got to be grateful for what you have right now, because a lot of people don't have what you have right now. You're always above someone else. So you have to be grateful for that. You can have everything, but not just at the same time. So don't be in a rush. Be patient. Appreciate what you have. Very important. So strategy number one, I would advise you, make sure you review the year. Look at what went on wrong and what went on right, and learn from your mistakes. Write them down so you don't repeat yourself, because if you do, that's classified as being stupid, and we don't want to look stupid. That's why we also always have to learn from our mistakes. So that's step number one. Do a holistic review of 2018. I'm already doing that right now. I've actually written down the things that I did very well. I ticked them, because by the beginning of every year I did a plan. So I've ticked them, those that went on well and those that not, I learned from them. And what do I learn from them? And that will be used to develop the next strategy. Now, tip number two is to build on your strengths and take control of your weaknesses. So, of course, everybody has a strength. Everybody has their own strong points. So you want to really build on your strengths, and simply means you sharpen your saw by investing in 2019. So you have already identified your strengths when you did your review. Remember, the first point is to do a review, and that review would have highlighted your strengths and your weaknesses. Now, so you want to capitalize on your strengths and make sure you overcome your weaknesses or counteract your weaknesses. Also, take charge of your weaknesses or failures and turn them into success. Now, mistakes are part and parcel of life. Now, you are going to make mistakes, and that's some of the ways you're going to be learning. And some of them will be tough. Some of them will make you cry. But again, this is part of life. As long as you are alive, you have another opportunity to give it a shot. So it's very important that you do that. Now, the tip is to understand that you are not the only one that has failed, and you will never be the last. So you're not the only one that has failed. A lot of people have failed before, and you will never be the last person that will fail again. So failure is a part and parcel of every human being. Again, learn about how others have picked up themselves in similar circumstances. Now, this is very typical of me. When I'm into a deep situation, I'll kind of Google or look for stories of people who have been in similar situation and how they got out of it. Because in that way, I will kind of try to adapt their strategies to mine. So that's another very, very good way to actually look at how you can overcome your weaknesses. So there's a quote here that says, success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. Wow. So in other words, you're going to bump through your way to success. So when you fail, you rise up again. Like Les Brown would say, if you fall on your back. So because if you can look up, you can stand up. So we're going to fall, but make sure you fall on your back. So you don't have to give up. Please keep on going. So that's tip number two. Tip number three is to select what I call the fiver. I'll explain. Select the fiver you want to achieve, then make them a priority. You cannot do everything. Don't be jack of trade and master of none. It's not going to work. You just end up exhausting yourself. So pick, based on your strength, pick 5 things you would like to kind of accomplish in 2019. And these 5 things should be the things that will have a significant impact on your life. So it's very important that you do that, because once you focus on the 5 things, it's going to expand your life. Now, it says energy flows where focus is. So whatever you focus on, you actually put energy into it. So that's exactly what you have done. Things like, for instance, you will set your fiver around exercising more. I have actually decided that if I'm starting today, I've bought some little exercise things and I'll be jogging. There'll be no excuses. I have to jog every blessed weekend and also go to the gym to just trim up and be healthy, keep myself healthy. So exercise more is very good. Or save more money. Well, I will not actually advise you to save more money. I would say rather invest more money. Try to invest into bonds, into shares. If you're from Sierra Leone, for instance, I will give you an example. I used to work in the bank, and a lot of people who I knew, a few people who were in the UK, for instance, who were investing in treasury bearer bonds. And I was handling that. And so these guys came and they just invested perhaps 10 million, 15 million, 3 million. Every 3 months, the bank actually gave them interest. So by the end of the year, you will have like 4 slots of different interests on top of the 50 million. Example, for instance, you may have invested 50 million, which is like 1,500 pounds, or in dollars, perhaps it's $1,800. And at the end of the year, you might be able to get up to 2,000 plus, depending on the interest rate that you want. So what these people were doing really, every year they gave us instruction to invest the principal and the interest. So in other words, if they invested 1,500 pounds, say that's 50 million euros in our currency, and they ended up getting say 3 million, that's 80 million. They would say they would do what's called re-enroll. I mean, I forgot the real terminology here, but just to reinvest the whole thing again. So that's how they build their way. They leave that money, and the money actually keeps generating. If you leave that money compound interest for 10 years, you become a millionaire. I know of a guy who was having 2 sets of 500 million, 2 sets, and it started from basic. So you don't have to start with 15 million. You can start with 1 million. When you go back these holidays to Sierra Leone, go to any commercial bank, pick up treasury bearer bond forms. They are free, and you apply. Once you apply, you invest. Treasury bearer bond is a way the government borrow from the public. So this is a very good way of investing. You can invest in shares. That's why we have these programs. You can always call me. So also, we have a caller online. Caller, good evening. Caller? Good evening, caller. What's your name?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, good evening, caller. What's your name?
My name is Ibrahim. Sorry, calling
Yeah,
from
Ibrahim.
Maryland.
What's your contribution? What's your question, please?
The thing where they go on right now in a salon, now
Yeah.
like say, this issue of this doctor them we don't strike
No,
thing.
Ishmael, sorry,
Hello,
Ishmael. This is Ishmael, sorry, sir.
hello.
This is a business, yeah, this is a business show. This is not a political show. This is so if you want to call back
Yeah,
for this
yeah,
doctor
yeah. I'm
business,
coming. Let me come. Let me come. It's not. I'm not talking about politics. Did I
all right,
call
sorry.
APC or SLPP or any other party? I'm
No,
coming.
this
This
is this is
nothing with them be done. Nothing with them for be done. Address
no.
long
Ibrahim,
since ago.
I think you're missing
Be,
the point. This is a business show.
I think they put the blame on the doctors them just because of
Ishmael,
then get them. Hello,
hello,
just
Ishmael,
because
can you
of
hear
the.
me? This is a business show, Ishmael. This is a business show. Guys, so I just want to reaffirm, please. I know a lot of people like politics, and this is what they are very enthusiastic about. I understand you have a right to socialize, but sometimes we need to just educate our people in a different way. For me, what matters to me is what really I can get. I mean, what I can benefit, obviously, what I can help other people with. Life is just about politics. I know people like politics and they are very energetic, but this is not a political show. This is a business show. We are here to teach people how to actually start their own businesses, empower themselves, and that's why we're here. So please, if you're calling, always our advice: look at the heading and before you call, please. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. So again, like I said, pick your fivers, or you could set up a goal around improving your diet or pursuing a career ambition. You are never too old to learn or never too old to go to school. Now, I've seen a lot of people in this part of the world that are 60s, 70s. They go to school and actually get education. You've heard of adult education. So don't say I'm too old. I mean, we condemn ourselves too much, and this has to stop because Your words are very powerful. If you say you are stupid or you will never learn, then that's what you've said to yourself. And the body naturally will actually subdue to what you've said, because you've actually ordered or commanded that to yourself. So it's very good that we expand, you pursue a career ambition, spend more time with your family. This is really good. There's nothing more than family. You can make money, yes, good, but always create time for your family is very good, because that's your support system. So the key is to focus on one goal at a time and work on that fully before moving on. Don't try to do so many things at the same time. I've tried it in the past, and trust me, when you scatter yourself too much, you feel exhausted and stressed out. So focus on one thing and do it well. And that's why I said you need to actually prioritize your activities or your goals. It's very important. Stay focused is the key. And also, stay focused means follow one course until successful. That's what focus means. Follow one course until you're successful. So do one thing, finish it, move to the other. Don't start a project and leave it unfinished and jump to another project. That's not productive at all. So if it's only one thing that you're going to be doing, focus on that. So that's number 3. So at this point, I just want to at least we need to make some money, so we're going to take some short commercial, and we'll come back to discuss the remainder secrets or the things you can do. So thank you very much. Please stay in touch. Don't forget to share and like and comment or call. Thank you, and come back, please.
Wow.
What are you looking at?
You are so gorgeous. Your skin, so lovely, clean, sunny, and natural.
Do you stress out about your skin? Do you freak out when you break out? Well, help is on the way. Try Shaw's Creations organic body products. Are you ready to have clear, gorgeous, healthy skin and feel more confident about your looks? We'll try Shaw's Creations organic body products. My skin looks fresh, healthy, and natural thanks to Shaw's Creations organic body products.
You look great.
I look healthy.
Shaw's Creations organic body products.
Hello, good evening again. Like I said, today we are talking about how to get the best out of 2019. We are already rounding up or kind of summarizing, if you want to put it that way, 2018. So we are going into a brand new year that needs a brand new attitude. Because if you keep doing the same things every day, you get the same results. So that's why we have to make sure that we change. Like, I use different routes to go to my work. I don't use the same routes every day, because every route is an experience for me. But if you know, people like their cozy, their comfort zone, you cannot grow in your comfort zone. You have to go to your stretch zone. You got to stretch yourself. Otherwise, trust me, you will always complain. And that's not what you were born to do. You were born to shine. You were born to rise. You're born to be healthy. You're born to enjoy life to the fullest. But for that to happen, you need to take some responsibility. It's very important. So we are talking about some of the tips. I've shared some tips already. One of them I said was to get the best out of 2018. You firstly have to have a review of the whole year. Look at what went on well for you and what went on badly for you, and learn from them. And the next one that we talked about recently was to build on your strengths and take control of your weaknesses. So always focus on your strengths and also make sure you counteract your weaknesses. It's very important, because everyone has a strength and everyone has a weakness. And the next one, before we went on the break, short commercial break, was to select your fiver and focus on them. So in other words, what 5 things do you want to achieve come 2019? In other words, what 5 things, if you achieve them, it will actually have a significant impact on your life. Those 5 things you need to list down. I've given you some example. You could list something around your health, or something around money, making more money, money is really good. Let nobody fool you, because when you have money, you can travel to places, you can do things that you want to do. But without money, you can be unhappy, because it would stop you from doing so many things. And you can have money because there's a lot of abundance in the world. Again, you could set up a plan around, say, improving your diet or pursuing a career, a different career. And I've seen people learning different things today. So it's very good that you can do that. Spend more time with your family. Perhaps you're not spending more time with your family. And that's not really good, because at the end of the day, they need you. Your family is your support system. So like I said, stay focused, follow one course until you're successful. Now, the next tip is, this is very important, really important. Eliminate toxic people in your life. Now, I have experienced it. You cannot grow if you have people who are always bringing you down in your circle. You have the right to eliminate them. I don't care if they're your family members. I don't care if they're your brothers. I don't care if they were, because at the end of the day, if somebody does not want to make you succeed, that big person automatically is your enemy. Like we said, your enemy normally is within your circle. So when things are going wrong, sometimes, you look around your circle, some people actually, so eliminate toxic people. What are some of the signs of a toxic people? Who is a toxic people? Who are toxic people? Sorry. Toxic people try to control you. So somebody who is always trying to control you is overly controlling, especially if it's not your mom, for instance. That person actually has a tendency to be a toxic person. Try to get rid of him or her. Another thing is, toxic people disregard your boundaries. So you've set a boundary, you have some principles. People need to respect your boundaries. So if they're always going beyond your boundaries and trying to do things that you don't like, and they get on your nerves, you don't need this kind of people, especially because you want to focus on your goals. And what you want to do is to surround yourself with the right people around yourself. Also, toxic people take without giving. Oh boy, they always want to take. They don't want to give out. I'm not talking about them giving money, but I'm just talking about them giving candid advice, pure advice. So toxic people are people who take without giving. Also, toxic people are always right. They are always right. They are never wrong. Now, if you see somebody in your circle who is always trying to be right and he never apologizes, that's a sign that he's a toxic people, and I'm a person, sorry, and you have to get rid of him or her. Now, toxic people aren't honest. And the last one is, toxic people love to be victims. They're always playing the victim role. Always, when you press them, they always say, I'm a victim. So those are some signs. And if you have any tendency, any signs of those people around your circle. Good evening. We have a caller on the line. Caller, good evening. What's your name?
Sunday morning.
Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Hello. Okay, right. I think that person is just having a good time. So I hope he's not a toxic person trying to disturb my show. But again, toxic people aren't honest. They always trying to play victims. So eliminate toxic people in your life. Because like I said, if you hang around 9 broke people, you will become number 10. Remember this. This is very important. We are like chameleons. We adapt to the people around us. Whether you like it or not, if you hang around 10 smokers every day, every time, you will automatically, consciously or subconsciously become a smoker. So it's very important to be picky. You have to have a selected few people who support your dream, who share your vision, who actually give you some cutting advice. I have a friend who look at me and say, Alfred, what you just did was wrong. I don't care what you feel. If you like, delete me from your book. Now, sometimes it's hard when they say the truth to you. But again, I like that kind of person, because I don't want someone who will come and praise me in public, then do something and say something else in private. That's a toxic person. And if you are aware of that kind of person, eliminate them from your life. That's very important. Now, so 8 toxic people you should just get rid of. So if you're looking at who you should get rid of in your circle right now, people like those who spread negativity, those who are very quick to spread negative news about you. There are people waiting for you to fall right now. I can tell you, I don't know why. Don't ask me why, but there are people waiting to hear bad news about you. Now, if you sense that kind of character in anyone, in your family, among your friend circle, cut them off. They're not good for you, right? So they like spreading negativity. those who criticize you all the time, especially when they do it with the intention to bring you down. There are people, they are just jealous because you're rising or because you're doing things that they are not doing. They're always criticizing you. And to criticize, there are two ways to criticize. I mean, criticize is good. Criticism is good, but always point out the good things and bad things. But toxic people will always look for the bad things that you've done. We are not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm presenting the show. I'm not a professional TV expert, so I make mistakes. But we only learn by doing. And the more you do it, the more you become an expert in that area. So people who always criticize you, get rid of them. Get rid of them. Those who waste your time. Oh boy, your time is precious to you. Now, every minute or second of your time means something to you, because every minute that passes by is a deduction from your life. So you have to treat time very seriously. So that's why when somebody calls you, you have to ask the person, is it an important issue or not? If it's not important, if he's just calling you to gossip, cut that person off, because trust me, it doesn't work the time. Focus on things that will better your life, things that will expand your horizon, things that will elevate your community. Those are the things you should be engaging, because you were born with a talent, and that talent has to be shared. That talent, if you don't, you are a victim. You owe the world your talent. You owe the world your talent. If you look at it that way, then you will take this life very seriously. I'm not a perfect human being, but again, I'm trying my very best to ensure that I share what I've learned, whatever leads you. You might say I'm not an expert, okay, but again, I don't have to be an expert to actually create an impact, right? All right. So again, those who don't care, cut them off. Those who are self-centered, selfish people. Now, it's good to be selfish, but there's what we call enlightened self-interest. If somebody is selfish all the time, cut them off. In 2019, cut them off. Those who keep disappointing you every time, once, twice, fine. But every time they're disappointing you, it's a sign that they're not looking after your back. Cut them off. Your circle. You have to streamline your circle, make it as smaller as possible if you want to grow. Otherwise, if you have all these people hanging around you, it will be difficult to grow. That's why you always complain. That's why you're not growing. You try your very best. You work very hard, but you're not going anywhere because you have these people staying in your circle. Get rid of them. I don't care if you grow up together. I don't care. It is your life. When you're suffering, you'll be the only one that will suffer alone. Nobody's coming to your head. So be serious. Take your life very seriously, because it's your life. Now, number 4, as we can see here, is to eliminate toxic people. Again, it's just a continuation. Don't expect them to change. Don't expect toxic people to change. You don't expect them to change. Establish and maintain boundaries. Don't be pulled into crisis. So because you are my friend and you have a problem and you want to drag me into your problem, and I like those who, for instance, because they have a quarrel with somebody else and they are friends with me, they want me to hit the person. No, I don't do that. Because at the end of the day, we are friends first. But yes, if you misbehave, for instance, and you hurt somebody else, and just because you're not talking to the person and you want to drag me into that crisis, I am going to say no to you in your face and say no, because I'm not going to be dragged into a crisis that I did not create, right? I will advise you and put it to the face. Also, focus on the solution. It's always good. Always focus on the solution. Own your difficulties and weaknesses. Own them. Don't blame anyone for anything. Even if that thing was caused by an external, blame yourself and see what you can do to improve yourself. Know they may resist. Know that the people around you who you're trying to get rid of, they might resist you. They might call you names. They might cartoon you. They might do a lot of things. But focus on your goal, because when you arrive, it will be the same people that will use their mouth to say, we knew he was going to arrive. So please stay focused, because that's the key. Choose your battles carefully. Like, we love when you talk about, I got my friend where they say, not to all fet for fet. Not to all fet for fet, so because some fet that you will lose out. It's better not to your strength. Not to all fet for fet. Choose your battles carefully. Not to every battle will go just they drag you. Hey, come here, you go fet. No. Don't do that. All right. Be careful with battles that you choose. And number 5, tips, things you need to do that you actually can have the best of 2019 is to associate yourself with a mastermind group or build one. What is a mastermind group? A mastermind group is a peer-to-peer mentoring concept used to help members solve their problems with input and advice from other group members. WhatsApp, Facebook, that's the best forum. Twitter or LinkedIn, you can create communities of people that share the same view. Use your WhatsApp forum. I have a WhatsApp forum of mentors that we share things every day. We share things, our mistakes. So somebody goes into a mistake and want a solution, he or she just presents to the group, and we all come together and say, you know what, let's solve this. So you need to have a team of people that share the similar characteristics of vision with you. Otherwise, if you don't, you will not succeed, despite the hard work that you're putting in. So we rise by lifting others. Remember that. We rise by lifting others. Teamwork is less of me and more of we. So teamwork is a collective thing. And coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Remember this always. Okay? So those are things that we have to always remember in achieving ourselves. Number 6 is to reward yourself for every little win. Oh boy, I like doing this every weekend. Take a nap or meditate. Go take a walk. You don't have to spend. You don't have to spend millions or thousands. You don't have to have millions to live like a millionaire. Trust me. With $100, you can go to one of the best hotels and just relax in the lounge. Have yourself a drink. Spoil yourself. People see those places and think, I'm not fit for it. You defeat yourself. Dress well. I took my friends. I'm not rich. But I mean, let's say I'm rich, because I always say we have to say good things. But the thing is, I'm trying to say that you don't need plenty of money to enjoy your life. So I took our friends together. We went on my birthday and another friend's birthday in one of the best hotels in London. And we saw the sea view. It was very calm. We enjoyed ourselves that night. So one reason why enjoy yourself for everyone. Take mini breaks. Don't wait until you retire before taking breaks, please. Take mini breaks in between weekends. Go to carnivals, festivals, craft shows. Go to concerts if you can with your loved ones, if you're romantic. Go to an arts gallery. Plan a night out with your friends. Just enjoy yourself. Listen to music. I like that. I like R&B. In fact, before this program and after this program, I'm going to listen to some music. Before I sleep, I listen to classical music to calm me down. You just have to enjoy this life. A lot of difficulties out there. I cannot help it. I focus on the things that I can do. That's exactly what I focus on. So there is nothing more rewarding than taking care of yourself. Remember that. Take care of yourself, because nobody else is going to take care of you. Now, if you look at your salary, for instance, 98% of your salary is eaten by other people. Perhaps you only use 2% on yourself. How amazing. You've worked for 1 month, getting up every morning, and just to find out at the end of the month, you only 98% is either your landlord or I'm not saying you should not give, but you have to treat yourself, because you owe it to yourself. You owe it to yourself. All right? So there is nothing more rewarding than taking care of yourself. It's very important. Remember this. All right? Number 7, track your progress all year round. Don't wait until the end of the year. Keep your eyes focused on your long-term goals, even if you make a mistake. Doesn't matter, because you will make a mistake. Remember, I told you that earlier. Get back on track and keep moving. Become like the ant. I like the ant. It never gives up. Always continue moving. Review your goals twice every day in order to be focused on achieving them. So that's why it's always good to write down your goals. Remember the 5R, write them down, review them every day, every 2 days to ensure that you are on track, because it's easy to get lost in this busy world, in this world of social media, in this world of confusion, in this world of gossips and people trying to get attention, and a lot of people are trying to call your attention. It's easy to get lost and lose focus. It's like when you're driving, you see a lot of cars around, and if you're not focused, you will actually drive in different places and you might not even arrive at your destination. And that's exactly. Some people go too far in life and park. That's something you have to really stop. All right. So that's number 7. Track your progress all year round. And before I summarize, we'll take a short break again. I will come back to summarize this nice video, because I wanted to make it very short for you. Thank you very much. God bless you.
What are you looking at?
You are so gorgeous. Your skin, so lovely, clean, sunny, and natural.
Do you stress out about your skin? Do you freak out when you break out? Well, help is on the way. Try Shaw's Creations organic body products. Are you ready to have clear, gorgeous, healthy skin and feel more confident about your looks? We'll try Shaw's Creations organic body products. My skin looks fresh, healthy, and natural thanks to Shaw's Creations organic body products.
You look great.
I look healthy.
Shaw's Creations organic body products.
Yeah. Hello. Welcome again to the Victor's Business and Motivation Show. We have been talking about how do you get the best out of 2019. So I'm going to summarize for those who are just joining us. So I'm going to just summarize because I need you. I know you're going for party. Remember, I've told you have to enjoy yourself. This is the weekend, sip some wine or whatever you want to do. Now, the first thing you need to do to get the best out of 2019, like I said earlier, was to do a holistic review of 2018. You need to sit down, go to a quiet place, write down, document it. Don't just put it in your head, write it down, because once you write it down, you give it life. You need to have what's called a vision board. One of the presenters, Amiria, was talking about the vision board, how to create a vision board. You can perhaps go back to our video and she will tell you more about it. But have a vision board. I have in my room, I have a little calendar and I'm programming every day, every minute, and it's very, very good that you do that. So do a realistic review, build on your strengths and take control of your weaknesses. Everyone has a strength, everyone has a weakness. So build, you always have to continuously build on your strengths and also make sure you don't careless your weaknesses. If it is something that you're not good at, like communication, or you're not good at saying thank you, for instance, when somebody does something, or even shaking hands. There's a special way to shake hands in business. Just start from that. Go to YouTube, just type in how to shake hands, or even how to smile, like I'm smiling right now. How to smile, just simple things like that. How to dress, how to look somebody in the eye in an interview, how to look somebody in the eye. Simple habits like that can make a huge difference. You don't have to start big. Start from the little that you have. So build on your strengths and take control of your weaknesses. Another thing that I talked about was to select the fiver. In other words, focus on 5 things that you want to achieve in 2019. And those 5 things should be things that will give you a significant result. Also, I talked about eliminating toxic people in your life. Make sure you breed that, weed them out. It's like the farmer weeding the weeds from the crop, because with the weed in the crop will never survive. So that's why the farmer is very patient to get rid of the crop. You need to get rid of toxic people who cry you down, people who are always criticizing you, people who are gossiping you, who spread negative news about you. Those people are not for you. If you suspect them, cut them off. Very important. Now, also associate yourself with a mastermind group. You of course, you cannot succeed alone. That's why you need a group of like-minded people who share your dreams, people who share your culture, people who are very similar to what you're doing. That's your support system. So if you are weak in one area, you may have somebody else who is stronger in that area. You can help each other because teamwork makes dream work. It's very important that you do that. Now, reward yourself for every little win. Whenever you kind of, yesterday I had my mock viva. Mock viva is just a pre-viva before your PhD defense. And I successfully went through that because I have my main viva on in the first week of January. And so I just went and to the pub, just take a drink and just a glass and celebrated. Because the thing is, if I don't celebrate myself, nobody's going to celebrate me. So I have to make it a duty to take care of myself and ensure that I celebrate myself. Again, the last one I talked about was to track your progress all year round. Don't wait until the end of the year. Always ensure that you check on your progress, whether you are succeeding or not, because you need to review. Like I said, we live in a very busy world, especially the social media world. When you open your Facebook, you see a lot of comments sometimes on this. You spend hours on Facebook on not being productive, and your life is ticking away because you don't have 100 years to live. Remember this, you don't have 100 years to live. But we act as if we have 100 years to live. We don't have 100 years to live. So you have to make sure that every second, every minute counts. So that's in summary what we've discussed. So just for the sake of news, this is actually going to be the last show for this year in terms of me seeing me at a live show. But next year we'll have programs on the business show. So be sure you tune in again at 10 p.m. There'll be programs that you watch, very short programs that will be very educative on the business show. And so, but again, I want to take this opportunity to say Happy New Year in advance and Merry Christmas to everybody. I wish you nothing but the very best. Now, if you want to get in contact with me, I have a company called The Victors, which is actually presenting this show. You can contact our website at www.thevictors.com. You can also, I have a consultancy company. Because I work with a team of people. Like I said, we need to have a mastermind group. We have a consultancy company. So if you want to open a business and you really you're very serious about it, but you don't know how to do it, in addition, we can actually help you. So send me an email at real@thevictors.com and I will find time to respond to you, or perhaps we'll find time to talk about it. All right. So there will be no topic for next week. I will let you know for the topic for next week. But like I said, I will not be live. But there will be a lot of educative programs. Please, you have to tune in and listen to these programs. It's going to be very good. Then I want to just end by saying thank you to everyone. Thank you to you that have been watching. You've been watching religiously, program after program. Since we started, you'll be sharing. I don't even know how you share these things. Thank you. And as you do that, as you're trying to actually change the lives of other people, may God reward you, because you know what? Whatever you sow, you reap. So if you mean good for somebody, you're going to get it back. Trust me, in one way or the other. So thank you very much to all of you that are watching. Thank you to my team, Satamara, William Conte, Patrick Kai, Mr. Denker, Sas John Suluku, and to the VOS team. Obviously, the CEO, Mr. Abdul Kagbo, he's been really wonderful. He's been trying to make me very handsome, than I am in person. So thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me the opportunity again to share this piece of information with the public, because we owe it to our citizens. We owe it to our people to educate them. So it's great. Thank you to Aziza Job, station manager, Mr. Mohamed Torali, and all the presenters who are doing beautiful jobs. Thank you. And I say good night, be blessed, and make sure 2019 becomes successful. You owe it to yourself. Thank you and good night.
My skin looks fresh, healthy, and natural thanks to Shaw's Creations organic body products.
For hands and feet corrections, try Shaw's Creations. For skin protection, try Shaw's Creations. For blemishes, scars, burns, and blisters, try Shaw's Creations. For skin rashes like acne, psoriasis, eczema, try Shaw's Creations. Because at Shaw's Creations, we guarantee results within 6 weeks or your money back.
Are you ready to have clear, gorgeous, healthy skin and feel more confident about your looks? Try Shaw's Creations organic body products.
Shaw's Creations give you that smooth, glowing, healthy looking skin. Try it today. Shaw's Creations.
My skin looks fresh, healthy, and natural thanks to Shaw's Creations organic body products.
For hands and feet corrections, try Shaw's Creations. For skin protection, try Shaw's Creations. For blemishes, scars, burns, and blisters, try Shaw's Creations. For skin rashes like acne, psoriasis, eczema, try Shaw's Creations. Because at Shaw's Creations, we guarantee results within 6 weeks or your money back.
Are you ready to have clear, gorgeous, healthy skin and feel more confident about your looks? Try Shaw's Creations organic body products.
Shaw's Creations give you that smooth, glowing, healthy looking skin. Try it today. Shaw's Creations.
My skin looks fresh, healthy, and natural thanks to Shaw's Creations organic body products.
For hands and feet corrections.
What are you looking at?
You are so gorgeous. Your skin, so lovely, clean, sunny, and natural.
Do you stress out about your skin? Do you freak out when you break out? Well, help is on the way. Try Shaw's Creations organic body products. Are you ready to have clear, gorgeous, healthy skin and feel more confident about your looks? We'll try Shaw's Creations organic body products. My skin looks fresh, healthy, and natural thanks to Shaw's Creations organic body products.
You look great.
I look healthy.
Shaw's Creations organic body products.
September we met, I could tell by your smile. You hadn't been with a good girl like me in a while. Yeah, you were impressed, couldn't leave me alone. Text me every time that you pick up the phone. And I had control on the driver's seat, but my hands are slipping off the wheel. Now the tables have turned, now I'm up all night. I'm picturing you acting like a fool.
My skin looks fresh, healthy, and natural thanks to Shaw's Creations organic body products.
For hands and feet corrections, try Shaw's Creations. For skin protection, try Shaw's Creations. For blemishes, scars, burns, and blisters, try Shaw's Creations. For skin rashes like acne, psoriasis, eczema, try Shaw's Creations. Because at Shaw's Creations, we guarantee results within 6 weeks or your money back.
Are you ready to have clear, gorgeous, healthy skin and feel more confident about your looks? Try Shaw's Creations organic body products.
Shaw's Creations give you that smooth, glowing, healthy looking skin. Try it today. Shaw's Creations.
My skin looks fresh, healthy, and natural thanks to Shaw's Creations organic body products.
For hands and feet corrections, try Shaw's Creations. For skin protection, try Shaw's Creations. For blemishes, scars, burns, and blisters, try Shaw's Creations. For skin rashes like acne, psoriasis, eczema, try Shaw's Creations. Because at Shaw's Creations, we guarantee results within 6 weeks or your money back.
Are you ready to have clear, gorgeous, healthy skin and feel more confident about your looks? Try Shaw's Creations organic body products.
Shaw's Creations give you that smooth, glowing, healthy looking skin. Try it today. Shaw's Creations.